Howdy, howdy. I'm Dave, and I'm taking you guys for a walk. Okay, how, how was everyone's Mother's Days for those that are mothers? Uh, Even though I know most of the guys watch this channel, hopefully you had a good time if you're a mother or a future mother, all those things. And for us guys, as long as our wives are happy and our moms are happy, that's a good thing. Today, though, I want to talk to you guys about uh, the uh, a story about Babylon, the purse of gold, I think, the never-ending gold bag or purse. And there's been a lot of reiterations of this same similar story, where whatever you put into a bowl or a bag, and it just keeps multiplying or duplicating, right? A little sore in my back, sorry. So I wanted to ask you guys, have you heard of this story? The Babylon one is, I think, a gentleman had his gold purse or bag. Every time he took a coin out, it was replaced, so it never ended. It kept making more. Now, I think I want to talk about this in the form of thinking and living in abundance. There we go. So I had another phrase that came up. Is like when a gentleman asked his friend, they were going into a store, and he was going to buy some wine, and he asked his friend, is like, so how much does the wine cost here? And his friend said, it's free. And he's like, come on, they're going to want money. It's not free. He's like, yes, but it's free for me, because I am replacing that money faster than I'm spending it. Now, think about that for a moment. If you are able to replace the money faster than you can spend it, now this is not saying that you're going out and you're buying a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something like this, but I mean everyday things that you need, your groceries, so a shirt or clothing every so often. You're not going overboard and stuff, but just everyday things when you need and you spend the money for, it's being replaced. That money is being replaced, or you're generating new money to cover that. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let me go into a little bit more details. So when you're thinking in abundance and you're living an abundance lifestyle, and you know that money, there's plenty of money to go around. There's no scarcity in money. And money, if you are the master of money, there's no hard way, or let's say to get money is not hard. There we go. It's easy to generate money by thinking like this. And then when you think like this, you start thinking of, okay, ways of building assets. You start building assets. Some people will call it like FIRE movement, like financial independence, retire early. But that's part of it, because it's while you're earning money and stuff, and you're living, you're off of a fraction of you're making. Like in Babylon, they believed that you needed to pay yourself first. That's where the phrase comes from. the people from Babylon were some of the wealthiest people because they paid themselves. I mean, why go to work just so that you can give that money to Netflix, to the bank for your mortgage, or the landlord for the rent, or the car payment for insurance payment? You need these things to a point, but you're working to pay for these items. Well, why aren't you paying yourself? You're the one that put in the work. And also some people say pay your future self. So we are around 30 to 40% savings rate, which most people say, oh, I can't save that much money. I know people that are saving 50, 60%, and and when they want to save more, they just increase their assets so that they're earning more money. They're not doing the oh, I need to get a second job, or I need to get a third job. No, they're using their money that they're saving. And I'm not saying to cut out your coffee, your lattes, your $7 lattes at Starbucks. No, if you're doing that every day, yes, you need to tone that in and look at different things. But it's not all about just cutting things. It's like looking at where you can maximize the value of things, and then creating more opportunities to earn more so that you can save more without doing the lifestyle creep and things like that. So that you basically are making your own purse of gold. Does that make sense? I hope so. If it does, hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe, all that stuff. But so let me give you an example. So we all have heard like the various ways to become wealthy. J.L. Collins writes a Simple Path to Wealth, or and Pathfinders, where they talk about saving some of your money into the stock market and building those stocks up, building that financial independence number up, and then looking at, let's see how to do this. I'm very sore today. I'm sorry. We've had rain, so whenever it rains, I'm sore and I get a little achy. So we'll work through it. Right? So what I'm saying is that you guys are like doing your investments however you do it. I recommend index funds and ETFs, but I'm not a finance guru. I can't even really recommend it. I can just say that that's what I do, and from the books I've read, right? It's less hassle, less stress, because we're not going to take the time to learn how to do stocks and stuff. But that's for like the longer picture. What you want to do is look at building assets that is from your skill sets that can generate you additional income, revenue, or royalties. And by that I say, like, if you're able to like put together coloring books, if you're artistically inclined, and things like that, and they have all kinds, you could do a coloring book and then receive royalties down the road for it there. Now you have to look at ways to market that. How do you, are you making Instagram reels, or did you build a channel around the art that you do in the coloring books and things like that? You're going to have to increase your skill sets to be able to market it. The great thing is you can do all this with ChatGPT now. It'll give you the path and the outline of how to do it. Then you can automate a lot of this stuff so that these posts and everything to get the word out about your books. And then of course you can't make just one and expect to live off the royalties of that. You need to make lots. And that can vary. A lot of people will say that niches are too complicated, too much competition and stuff, but you're creating an asset, and it does take work. Don't listen to these things that say, oh, this is passive income. Now, a lot of things you do the work up front, it can become less work intense as it goes on, but it'll still need some work and some attention to it. But you can start receiving royalties from it, or additional incomes from it. And then you look at different ways that money could be just out there for you, waiting for you to pick it. And for some people who do a lot of commuting, and if you need a few $100s extra a month to a few $1,000s extra a month, and all you have to do is say, okay, I've got a driving billboard. There's companies that'll pay you anywhere on the low end from a few $100s a month to put a ad sticker that they supply and stuff on your car, on the back window or something, and you can do that. But you can make more money. I told a recent friend this, that if he has depending on the car you have, even if you have a beta car, you can work that to your advantage. Here's another thing, and that's, let's see, how do I put this? I'm trying to think if I have enough time in this video to go over this. I might go over this thing because it's a really interesting way, and it'll take more than, but I'm already close to the end of my video times. You guys don't really watch this far, but okay, I'll do that for a separate video. I'll probably do that as like a part 2. But create assets and create things, and then the stuff, everyday living stuff, becomes free. You have your Babylonian purse of gold, because you're generating money without you working for it, right? You're not going in, punching in, sitting down in an office or a cubicle, or working as a mechanic or a roof inspector like I was. This is money that's coming in automatically without you really doing anything. And that's like from investments, dividends, and ETF stocks and things. This comes in automatically. So when you're at the point where it's automatically generating this stuff, then yeah, you can have your purse of gold. Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, I appreciate all you guys, and I can't believe I'm over 200 subscribers. That's awesome, and I thank you again. Have a great day. God bless.